Yes, I quit my job, and no, this is not clickbait. Hey guys, you're welcome back to the channel. It's Lifestyle with Dada, and I remain your beautiful, amazing host. Every time I do my makeup, I just become something else. But I'm Esther Adeyemo, and I'm so glad to have you here. If it's your first time, hi, you're welcome to the channel. I really hope that you like this video, you like my content, and you decide to stick around and join the family by hitting that subscribe button. Guess what? It's free. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. So just hit it there, okay? That's it, the red button there, and join the family. I know that you enjoy yourself here. We have fun over here, and I'm sure that you will too. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up? You guys know I don't even take it for granted at all. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch more videos. Every time that I post, you are the ones keeping my ministry alive on this YouTube platform. So thank you so much for always coming back to watch more videos. Love you, love you, love you. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the reasons why I quit my job and also just sharing some lessons, regrets if there are any, and all of that. I don't actually have any regrets, but lessons, things that I picked up from working there, and why, if I had to do this job again, like if I had to go back to 1 year 7 months ago and I was asked, will you pick this job or will you not pick it, I would actually still pick it again and still have experience again because of the things that I got from working there. And I'm going to be doing this while doing my makeup with you guys, so let us jump right into the video. By the way, please do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It is important. When you like it, YouTube recommends this video to more people so that more people would see it. And when you comment, it helps me, it helps the algorithm too. YouTube knows that you're interested in it. I also like to read your comments. I like to hear your experiences, so feel free to share with me. Don't be shy, okay? This platform is not just for me to talk. I want to also hear from you. And also share, help my ministry, because the more you share, the more people see the video. You never know, my next subscriber might just be on your WhatsApp status waiting to see this link. So share it, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. Okay, that being said, let's jump right into the video. I have my little note here with my book from the souvenir girl. So I wrote down a couple of things I wanted to talk about. I don't have primer, so we're not going to be using primer. Plus, I'm not going anywhere. I'll like clean up this makeup after we're done. So yeah, we'll start with foundation. Oh my god, guys, this thing stopped recording and I had absolutely no idea, and I've been talking for 30 minutes at least and nothing recorded. I already finished with my foundation, did my brows with this brow gel that I was showing you guys that I don't know how to pronounce. Did my brows already, used eyeliner just on the sides, brushed them up, and then used concealer on that. Then I put concealer on my face, blended that out, and then I put setting powder on my face. This concealer and this setting powder, just to show you how much I have actually done. And this thing was not recording. I feel like crying, but you know what, we're gonna power through, we'll keep going. And I'll just try to summarize again the things that I already said. I feel so bad because when you say things the first time, it can never really be the same the second time, but let's hope that it is better. Okay, back to what I was saying. Why did I leave my job? The very first reason that made me leave my job at this moment when I left it, we're not going to be disclosing that on the internet. Okay, moving on. Second reason, my mental health was at stake. I'm so dramatic. We're not going to be doing eyeshadow because I don't even know what I want to do. So let's just move on to the next thing, which is eyeliner, then mascara. Oh my god, I'm almost done with my makeup, you guys. Well, at my workplace, we were not allowed to, sorry, I don't work there. I don't work there anymore. My previous workplace, we're not allowed to use our phones. Okay, so you don't come into the work area with your phone, and many times you'll be on the table but nothing is going on. So what that means is that you're just lost in your thoughts, you're just lost in your mind. And oh boy, was it traumatizing for me a lot of times, especially when I'm like dealing with stuff and all in the present moment. Many times I would like try to not think about those things that I'm worried about or those things that are going on in my life that I'm not happy about, and just distract myself with like a lot of other things, like watching movies, hanging out with friends, scrolling on social media, all of that and all of that and all of that. But when I'm at work, there's really nothing you can distract yourself with. There's no phone, there's no movie to watch, you're just buried in your thoughts. Many times I would have to sit with myself and just be there spiraling, and so it was really terrible. I was like, nah. Of course, I actually came up with a coping mechanism after a while. I worked there for like 1 year and 7 months. Was I going to be doing that all the time? It was terrible because many times I would like cry on the table. Like sometimes I would like take permission to actually have to go out and cry well. But some other times maybe I can't leave or whatever, I'll just try to compose myself, clean my eyes, not like cry, vibrating cry, of course. But when tears are coming up, I'll just be careful to always just clean them up quickly and all. So, but I have to develop a coping mechanism, and I already have a video about that where I talked about that. I'll link here in case you have a similar kind of job where I would like fill my mind deliberately with things that I want to think about so that I'm not spiraling. So many times it would be maybe reading a scripture or a verse or chapter of the Bible before I go in, and then when I'm there, I'm meditating on that thing that I've read, like forcing my mind to focus on that so that I'm not thinking about something else that would like throw me off and all. But regardless, it was still very hard. It was still very hard because yeah, there are some days that I really do not want to pray. I mean, that was also one of my coping mechanisms. Many times, like when nothing is happening on the table, I would pray. But there are some days that I don't want to pray. There are some days that I don't want to pray. I just don't want to. And so it was difficult. It was very difficult on me mentally. And this is a thing that was not just peculiar to me, because a lot of my colleagues, I'm aware, had the same complaints and the same issues. A very, very huge factor for why I also left said workplace is that they were really, 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 really strict. And although I don't have a problem with them being strict, where I had an issue was the fact that a lot of their rules would eat into my pay at the end of the month. So very little things can cause your salary for the month to reduce. Very little things can make you lose your bonuses. And I mean, for instance, being late for just 1 minute. If you're late for 1 minute 3 times in a month, just know that that month no bonus for you. So things like that, sleeping on duty, oh my god, this one can reduce, like literally, if your bonus is supposed to be ×3 that month, it could drop to ×2 or ×1 simply because you were caught sleeping for a couple of seconds. First couple of months when I started working here, when these things would happen, I would literally cry. Like I remember 1 month I had already planned on the last day of the month, like I already knew the amount I was getting. I could already see it. I could already see my bonus, which was over $100. Then on the last day of the month, I made a mistake and that money dropped and I almost lost my mind. Like Jesus, I cried. I called my family, like oh my god, I broke down. I literally broke down at work. I had to go out during my break and I wailed because oh my god, it was something else. I mean, now I'm laughing at it, but it wasn't funny. After it happened a couple of times, I just got used to it. And so somehow, even when I see the money I'm supposed to expect, I don't even put all my hope on it because I'm like, anything can happen. Like my boss can literally be late tomorrow and then I'm 1 minute late and maybe I don't have money for taxi, or even the taxi takes time. Like anything can literally happen, or I doze off this night and it's a problem. So the uncertainty was just so much and just so destabilizing. And sometimes, maybe I'm wrong, but sometimes it felt like there were some traces of, will I call it racism? Maybe I don't know if they were actually being racist or if it was favoritism or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I just know that sometimes it felt like that was also an issue. Because for instance, there was a day where I had dozed off for a couple of seconds and I was called and I was given a query. Me that was active for most of this shift, but I slept over. I dozed off just for a couple of seconds, not even slept, just dozed off. And then this manager calls me, gives me a query, and that affects my bonus for the month, so it dropped by 1 level. Meanwhile, there were a lot of other citizens of the country sleeping, like having the sleep of their life. And I just kept wondering on my table, did anybody actually call this guy to speak to him or to give him a query, or is it just because I am black and Nigerian? So yeah, that was also a concern to me, to be honest. I've also heard a couple of other Nigerians or foreigners make similar complaints, which is why it just might not be a coincidence. But anyways, I was tired of doing my makeup all the time. See, I've never been that girl to do my makeup every day. Like every day I'm on makeup. Why? It's the opposite. I'm on makeup sparsely, like maybe once in a week on Sunday or twice in a week, because maybe one of the days during the week I'm filming a video like today, and so I'm doing makeup and stuff. But having to do my makeup every day, even when I don't want to, have a sister was too much. And you cannot just appear without makeup. You get a violation for it, like you'll be punished for it basically. Even though, to be fair, I kind of found my way around it. So many times I'll just do setting powder, finishing powder, lipstick, and that's it. I feel like once I'm on bold lipstick, they can't really tell the difference or tell if I'm actually on makeup or not. So I never actually got cold or whatever because I'm not on makeup. But many times I'm just on powder and lipstick. That being said, was it all doom and gloom? Was it always bad? To be honest, no. I'm actually very grateful to God that I got the opportunity to work at that company. I'm not even kidding, because again, remember that this thing was an answered prayer. Like, I never forgot that this was an answered prayer that I was living in, because there was before I got that job, I was literally praying to God. I was desperate. Like, God knows how desperate I was to get a job at that exact moment when I got that offer. So this was an answered prayer that I was living in, and I was not oblivious of that. I'm grateful to God for how long I got to work there. I'm grateful to God for the money that I made in that place, for the purchases I was able to make. One major purchase in my life I was able to make from there. I even got a scholarship at a point from there, like school scholarship. They paid some money to my school. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. So it wasn't all bad. And there are actually a couple of lessons that I learned from working there, and I'm just going to quickly sharing them with you guys before I wrap up the video. So yes, I already said that my mental health is being challenged a lot because of the structure and setup of the job and all. But to be honest, a lot of inspirations I would get even for YouTube would be on those tables, because I'm not distracted with phone, I'm not distracted watching a movie, I'm just in my head, and I would get a lot of ideas, I would get a lot of inspiration. When I did the video with a couple of people about I know things guys do, I know things girls do, it was on table around 4 or 5 a.m. I got inspiration, I sent messages out, blah 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 blah, will you be available for a video? And a lot of times I'll text people like that randomly, and people are just like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, how is this what you're thinking about by this time? But that's a lot of light bulb moments came to me on those tables, and I was grateful to God for that. And not only that, I could dream on table. I could I can very dangerously dreaming, and I used to do a lot of it on the table. And many times that's the way I would like be able to pass the time. But my point is, it gave me the clear mind or clear space, clear up my mind, so that I could think, so that I could meditate, so that I could pray, even praying. And because of that, a lot of times I could clearly hear when God was speaking to me about certain things. I could clearly get instructions from God about certain things, because of how clear my mind was and how it was not distracted by anything happening, because nothing was actually happening. I just learned that, to be honest, it is a clear mind that receives. And this is why even outside of work, this was something I started to deliberately do, where I'll be intentional to fast from my phone, so that I can receive from God, I can hear from God, I can get inspiration, I can think and come up with ideas and be able to actually hear and create and all of that. But then the thing is, because now your mind is clear, it is very easy for your spirit to have access to your mind, or for your mind to receive what God has deposited in your spirit. But then the danger too was that the devil can also try to drop wrong things in your mind, which is why you have to deliberate about what you're letting in, what you're shutting out, meditating and all of that. But I was grateful for the fact that it taught me to actually sit with myself and even spend time with God, spend time fellowshipping, which was something I had struggled with initially, because the way it was set up, when I was still trying to balance, it was not so easy to like get my devotion done and all of that. But I just realized that, wait, I can't keep making this excuse, I have to find a way. And so many times when I'm on the table and nothing is happening, that's when I pray. A lot of days I would be able to pray for an hour because I'm on those tables. Because if I was outside, if I was with my phone, probably my phone would have been distracting me, or I would have been watching a movie or doing something else. But I don't have anything to do, I just have to spend that 1 hour praying, and I was grateful for that. I need to replace all these things. My blush is also broken and in pieces. So I'm not doing video, I wanted to do today. Now I don't know if I can do it. Too low. Ooh, I'm always happy when I apply blush. Number 2, if I was to give someone an advice now, for someone who wants to maybe own a company or be an entrepreneur or run businesses and all of that and all of that and all of that, if I was to give you one advice now, or to give counsel, I would say work in a corporate job. Like, I didn't get it before, but now I actually get it. It makes such a difference that just going from like maybe school to jumping start your own company, you might never be able to get it. There's actually a difference when you work at a corporate job first before trying to now start your own company down. Just jump from school and then jump to starting your own company or run your own company. There are skills that you learn, there are things that you learn just from being in a corporate job, that if you're the one that just has autonomy to do every single thing, you may not even think of those things. But because you've seen how it's being done somewhere else, you can now even implement into running your business and all of that and all of that and all of that. My company was like a proper company, like it was a proper company. Of course I used to do night shift, but it was still like a proper corporate job. And so there are like company policies that you're learning, how to work with people, teamwork, all of those things. Like you're actually learning, and it can help you even as you advance in your career. So it's actually something that I was grateful for. Like everything I got to learn about working at a corporate place, what it should be like it gave me an idea into what a corporate organization should be like. So if tomorrow I decide to run my own company, I kind of have an idea of what it can be like. It doesn't have to necessarily be exactly like that, but I know what's possible, I know what it can be like. And so that's why I'm like grateful that I could work there and even learn skills that I can even now apply even in like manage my own channel, for instance, or running my own businesses. And even by God's grace, when I start running my own businesses or companies, I have an idea of what can be. So yeah, I also learned like leadership from there. To be honest, in my life, I mean, this is not to bash anybody or to speak evil of anybody. It's just my experience that I'm just sharing. But in my life, a lot of the female leaderships that I have had, or female figures that have been my leaders or led me, have been like really aggressive, hostile people. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And unknowingly to me, I had imbibed some of those traits. Where now I'm in like leadership positions and I'm being hostile or aggressive or not being kind enough or subtle enough and all of that, and just being harsh and all of that. But at work, my immediate manager was a lady, but this woman was the sweetest person ever. And you know what always blew my mind? I was just like, wait, these people actually pay me, because it was not something peculiar to just her. Of course, there were some people that of course there were some people that were not nice and all of that, but largely a lot of them were actually kind people. Even in how they would like correct things and all of that, they will be very kind. And I'm like, this person is actually talking to me so nicely and they actually pay me. But many times I've been in situations, and I have also put people in situations where I'm not being very kind to them, and I'm just almost speaking to them in a way that is not good, and I'm not even paying them. Just because I have the opportunity to lead them and speaking to them like this harshly. Of course, human beings can be, I mean, until you're in a leadership position, you now understand how frustrating it can be and how annoying it can be. So maybe it's a different experience for them or something, but for me, it just taught me that it's actually possible to make corrections without being hostile, without being harsh. Because I'm like, these people actually pay me, yet when they are correcting something I do, they are not hostile about it. They are being kind. Oh, please don't sleep on the table, okay? And I'm just if I was the one, hello, wake up. Are you sleeping? So I actually learned, especially from my direct manager. That woman was the sweetest woman ever. But it was still something that I saw among a lot of the other managers, which I believe it was something that they were intentional about imbibing in the managers and in the work environment and all, so that people actually treat people with respect. Like the fact that somebody's working for you doesn't mean that you treat them anyhow or speak to them anyhow, whether you're paying them or not. Like, speak to people with respect. Like, understand that this person is actually an adult, a human being. Even if they're a child, you should be kind. You can be kind in passing that information, passing that correction. You don't have to be hostile and aggressive and harsh about it. And it was actually something I was deliberate about picking. Like, I want to be like this. There was one particular woman that I believe every time I've heard people complain about somebody, I think she's the same person that people is complaining about, and I'm just like, God forbid that I'm the one that everybody is complaining about. Like, I have problem every time. No, please, I want to be the sweet one. I want to be among the sweet ones that people like me. Like, my manager made it so easy for me to come to her about anything. She was just so sweet, and many times, even how she would correct me about things, she would do it in the kindest way ever. That many times I do not want to make those mistakes again, not because I'm scared, not because I'm like, oh, they'll take my salary or whatever. Of course, your salary can be affected when you make. But as regards my relationship with her, many times it was because I didn't want to disappoint her. I wanted her to be happy. I want to go to her and she's like, oh yeah, great job, well done, and all of that and all of that. Even though like if she's correcting me, she will still make me laugh and all of that. Like, she would actually make me feel so good. That's my point. She would make me feel so good, make me feel happy, even in the correction that she's correcting, that I just knew that this has to be out of love. Like, there was no animosity here, there was no hate, there was no anger, and it was just so eye-opening for me. It was something that I had not experienced like in that magnitude, and I was just so grateful to God for it, especially because this was my first experience working in a corporate job. The fact that I had such a positive experience with my direct manager was something I was so grateful to God for, because my sister, my immediate younger sister, has had horrible bosses, and when she shares those stories with me, they're actually horrifying. They're actually horrifying, and I'm just like, imagine having to have that at the back of your mind every time you go to a new job, and you're just praying, oh, I hope this person is not evil like the last one. So I was just grateful that my own first experience was not like that. Like, it was just bliss, at least as regarding my direct manager. Now, speaking about some other people, yeah, some of them had their coins, but regarding my direct manager, she was just the absolute best. When I applied for a scholarship, so there was a scholarship that they had given out, school scholarship to cover part of your school fees, and I had applied for it, but one of the requirements was you get a letter of recommendation from your manager, like your direct manager. And it was not a necessity, but it was advised to get, because it would like boost your chances of getting the scholarship. So I had done everything to apply and all of that, but I didn't get the letter. And so like, just like, let's say maybe 2 or 3 days to the deadline when we were supposed to submit, I was just thinking that, hey, what if I don't get the scholarship because I didn't have this letter of recommendation? Like, let me just get it, because I was not initially planning to get it, but I was just like, let me just ask her for it. Let's not be that I could have gotten it, but now I didn't get it because of this. I don't want to live in regret of, oh, what if I had just gotten the letter of recommendation, maybe I would have gotten the scholarship. So I messaged her like 2-3 days to the end or when we're supposed to submit, and she was like, why did you wait till now? Like, you literally had like 1 month or more to ask me for this letter. Why did you wait till now? And guess what, she was not on duty that period. I think she was not even in TBC, maybe like she had traveled out or something. And I was just like, oh my god, I don't know, what can we do? Like, because I really would like to get the letter. Like, I was like, okay, can I meet you? And you sent to me. It was not possible. It was something that she had to be in the office to get the official document to write on it. And long story short, this lady that was not actually on duty, she actually came to work just for my sake, just to get this document, write the recommendation letter, and leave it at work for me so I could pick it up when I come to something. And I was just so grateful. I was just so thankful. I'm like, thank you, you're the best. Thank you so much. I ever thought that was the sweetest thing she had done until I opened that letter and I read what she wrote, and I'm just like my mind was actually blown. And I don't know if she had to make the same letter for a lot of other people, and if she wrote the same thing. I don't actually care. All I care about is the fact that she wrote those things about me. I was just like, oh my god, thank you so much. I got the scholarship. Yeah, thank god. I believe God just orchestrated everything for me. But I believe if they were actually checking recommendation letters to give, that would have probably been one of the major reasons why I got that scholarship, because I actually had to send that letter to my dad and say, Daddy, see what they said about me. See what my manager said about me. I'm a good employee and all. So like, she was just very nice. She was just very sweet, and I just actually learned a lot from her. I was never scared of going to her, because even if I don't understand something, she just had a very good vibe. If I'm confused about something, like, no question was stupid to ask her. Even if it's a stupid question, she'll make me laugh about it, but she still answer the question. Do you get? So she was just really nice, and actually many times just wanted to spend a bit more time with her, like during my breaks, go and see her, just to kind of actively try and learn from her, because this was again not something that I saw her do with just me, but even in her interaction with other people, I would see how kind she was to them, and it was something I wanted to be deliberate to take to imbibe from her. Because yeah, like I said, many of the kind leaders I've had have been guys. The female leaders that I've had have not really been the kindest, and it's just unfortunate that I took some of those traits. So to see somebody that was a woman that was actually getting the job done, because the fact that she was kind doesn't mean that I will take her for granted or not actually get stuff done. I'll still listen to her instructions, she'll still pass across her message and all of those things and give those instructions, but she wasn't harsh about it. So it was so eye-opening for me, and it was something that I actually coveted so much, and I just really wanted to learn from her so that I could also apply it to my life. I'm not very sure what color to use for my lips today, but I got this as a birthday gift and I'm in love with it. I've not tried these two combos before, but let's see what it looks like. So this is black. I'm going to add this now. It's like reddish-ish, minimalistic glossy lip. Yeah, it's like reddish-ish. So let me try it and see what it looks like. Ooh, what do you think? So different from what I would normally do. I feel like rubbing it over the black, but I don't want to spoil the thing, because if I do that, then it will be black. I like it. It's just very different. That's all. We're actually done with our makeup. We just need to put on our lashes and apply powder, set spray, and that's all. We're good to go. My lashes from Shein. Temu. I love them so much. So much. And even talking about being kind, this was something that was not even just among the managers, but I think it was something the company was deliberate about imbibing even in the workers, like the employees. So at work, every time that you're leaving the table, like, you're supposed to like greet, like maybe say like good luck or have a nice shift if you're about to start your shift, or have a nice day if you're done with your shift, and all of that. So I think it was like something they were trying to be deliberate about imbibing, that positive energy or positive environment where you are just kind to people and just nice. Because initially when I joined the company, I'm just like, hey, everybody in this place is just nice. But again, no place is perfect. You definitely meet some bad egg, if I would say that. But yeah, there were just some people that they were not in that mood. They were just like, all they are here for is to work. They don't care to smile at you and sing kumbaya. They just want to do their job and go. So initially I used to just be like, this one is just rude. Like, what would it take you to just smile and say, oh, good luck or something? Like, I'm telling you good luck, you're not responding. Why are you rude? Until the day that I came to work and I was exhausted. Like, I was tired. I was gone. I was not in the mood to smile with anybody. Don't smile at me. Why? What's funny? Like, what is actually funny? What is funny? Why are you happy? By the time of the night, are you not tired at 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m.? You're still happy telling me good luck. Please keep your luck. Keep your luck to yourself. I don't need it. So when that thing happened the first time, I was like, nah. I was just so tired. I could not speak to anybody. I could not smile at anyone. And I finally understood that, well, see, in this life, not everything is about you. Sometimes somebody is just having a bad day. Sometimes they are just not feeling it, and that's okay. Let them deal with their own stuff. Because initially I think that maybe, I don't know, this person is just rude to me, maybe because I'm black or I'm Nigerian or something. But with time I realized that people are just here to hustle, like in the end. People are just here to hustle in the end, and it's okay. If somebody is not nice to you, it's fine. Like sometimes just excuse them and just let it go. So because again, truth is not always about you. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just them maybe dealing with stuff. They know what they're going through in their mind and how they just want to leave this place, which was my story a lot of times. I just could not wait to leave that place. Like I wanted to just scream and run out. Like many times I'm going to work and I'm just already traumatized. Like I'm already worried. I just cannot wait. I'm just already counting down to when I have to leave. Like the shift is just starting, but counting down to when I have to leave. So yeah, sometimes just excuse people, give them the benefit of the doubt. Not everything is about you. Sometimes like people actually have their own stuff that they are dealing with and going through many a time. Okay, second one. Of course, some people are just rude. We're not saying that that's not possible and that doesn't exist. Some people are actually just rude. Because why are you smiling to your friend but you're not smiling to me? Nonsense. But my point is sometimes you actually never really know the situation they are at that point in time because you're not in their mind. So it's just safe to just excuse them. Excuse yourself, remove yourself from the equation and just say, oh, whatever it is that you're going through, just say a prayer for them. Whatever it is you're going through, I hope that the Lord sees you through it and helps you. Because again, these are human beings. Even the leaders, the managers, like if a manager is rude to me, like my first instinct should be maybe she's going through something, maybe she had a bad day. But this particular woman I'm talking about, this one every day she's going through something. So I know that this one is happening. It's just how she I also realized working together, talking for long is not something that I can do. Because okay, maybe it depends on what I'm talking about. Because again, like I was saying, newscasters for instance, yeah, sharing the news is different. They are not just on the live table looking at you looking at them, nothing is going on. But many times in this place that can be happening. You're just on the live table. There are people there, they are not doing anything, so they're just looking at you and you're just looking at them and you're just supposed to look at them. But talking too much is not something that I can do for long. Please. I did not know that I can get tired of talking because I'm such a yapper. I can talk, but imagine talking even when you don't want to. Like it's a different thing when I'm talking because I want to. Like on this channel now, I'm chatting with you guys. But imagine that I don't want to talk and I have to talk. God forbid, it was something else. It was so difficult. It was so stressful. You don't know how exhausting talking is until you have to talk for 8 hours straight. Or 12, like on days when I'll take extra shifts. Yeah, bringing me back to what I was saying about teamwork. Some people are rude, shall I don't even know if I will call this one wickedness, because you know that you're going to a place where you'll be among other human beings and you're not smelling nice. Somebody almost killed me one day. I'm not even joking. And this guy thought he was doing me a favor because every time that I'm supposed to change him, like go to the table where he was so that he'll go somewhere else, he'll now hold the chair out for me to come and sit. Me that I cannot breathe. I'm literally holding my breath and just waiting for it to leave before I sit down. But you now stand there because you want to wait for me, you want to be nice. No. Please, you can't do that. You have to smell nice. Please, teamwork. When we talk about teamwork or working with people, it's important. Please, you can smell how you want in your house, but when you're going to meet other people, it's important to smell nice. This now I'm begging people that work with people that and they don't smell good. Please stop it. Do everything possible within your power to make sure that you smell good. I beg you in the name of God in heaven. Then you now have those people that use very strong perfumes and cologne. I know you'll be like, Esther, what do you want? You don't want to smell bad and now you're complaining about their perfume. Please, what I want is balance. Who told you I like the smell of your perfume? The fact that you love it doesn't mean that I love it too. Balance, please. So but my point is, it taught me to be more aware even of how I smell, because I don't want to try to be getting close to somebody and they are running away because I'm about to kill them with how I'm smelling. So it taught me I have to be so aware. If I cannot shower before I go to work, then I must smell good. Please, the survival of humanity is dependent on that. I beg. Guys, we're done with our makeup, and that actually brings me to the end of all the things that I can remember that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, overall I'm grateful to God for the experience. I'm grateful for the money that I made. One of my major life purchases at this moment, I made it because I was able to raise money from this place or save money from there, and so I just thank God even for how the job has sustained me and all. But it's time to move on. I'm actually so happy happy that I left that place. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm grateful for all the lessons I got. Yeah, but it's time to move on. I also met a very good friend that I have currently at the moment from there, but she left me way like 7 months ago. So I'm finally joining her to leave. Like, we're celebrating together because she's like, finally, girl, it's about time. It's about time you left that place. So I'm grateful for everything that I got from there and I gained, but it's time to move on to the next phase of life. Of course, I'm still going to find another job. How am I going to survive in this country if I don't? But yeah, we've left my previous job. I quit my job. I quit my job. It felt so good to say that. No matter how, even though it may be short-lived, it may be temporary, I don't know. Let's see how God takes us and where this journey leads us and how things pan out. But I'm glad to be able to say that and to be able to experience this time when I do not have to wake up to go to work at night, because night shift is the get like cry. So I'm actually so grateful to God to be done with that job, that place, and night shift at least for the next couple of days. For the past couple of days I've been sleeping in my house, and the next couple of days or maybe weeks, I don't know, we'll see, I'll still be sleeping in my house. It's amazing, it's beautiful. Like sleeping in my house in the night. See, night sleep is so underrated, so important. Until you have to lose it, you'll not understand how important it is to sleep in the night. I was forgetting things, guys. I cannot put past sentences together anymore. Oh my God, but yeah, I'm grateful for the experience. That's basically it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about my makeup. Do you like it? Would you try something similar? Or yeah, let me know. Also, let me know, have you had quit your job for? What was it like? Like, was it something you really wanted to do, or you just had to because of maybe circumstances or something? How did you feel? I feel like if you quit your job, there's such a, maybe not for everybody, but for me there was such a liberating feeling that came with it. I remember the last day I walked out of that place, I was like, I was so happy. It was like I was holding my breath and I could finally just breathe out all of that, release it all. So it was a liberating feeling. But let me know, was it similar for you? If you had to share a job, what was your experience like? I want to share it. I want to know people's stories now. Every time I just come here and talk and share my story here, people, I want to know your story too. So tell me in the comment section. Okay, all right. I also made a second video about how to survive night shift. Yeah, how to survive night shift. That video is going up before this one, so check it out. If it went up before this, so check it out. If you've not seen it yet, it's going to be there. The link is going to be up there. Check it out, or just wait until the end of this video and you see it as an end card. Check, it's going to be up there, so check it out. And in case maybe you're about to begin the night shift life, after my 1 year and 7 months as a night shifter, I can give you some tips on what to do to survive it and all of that. You enjoy it. All right guys, I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.